Hi, this is Gia from Elite Digital Campaigns, and today I actually want to talk about something that's been happening apparently more regularly across the social media universe and the digital marketing space, which was that a few weeks ago, one of our clients was actually their Facebook business manager was hacked. And in the course of 48 hours, the scammers managed to get control of our client's business manager and also spend $20,000. The question here is I want to go through today what actually happened, how we found out, what we did, what the scammers did, and how we reported to Facebook, and now obviously looking for ways on how we are now getting the $20,000 reimbursed from Facebook. So first and foremost, how did we find out? What happened was that our client messaged me out of the blue, and we're very connected, so we're constantly communicating. So I wasn't too surprised, I guess, that he did send me the message on a weekend. He said, "Hey Gia, just letting you know that we've had, let's say, $15,000 taken out of Facebook in the last 72 hours. Is everything going okay with our campaigns?" So that was a huge warning signal for me, because I was very aware that that was not the budget that we had set. And we check our clients' budgets pretty much every second day, and we do reconciliations every week when we send the clients, their cost per lead, how many leads they generated, and have regular touch bases with them. So that was a really, really, really big red flag. My first initial thoughts was immediately I logged straight back into our business manager and then into our ads manager to have a quick look. And I was absolutely shocked that that in the space of 48 hours, that over $20,000 had been spent. So what I did was immediately we went deeper. So we looked at the campaigns. We thought, what's going on? Did somebody set the budget wrong? Because human mistakes can happen. And then so we looked at the campaigns and we thought, okay, everything seems okay. The campaign name seems fine. Everything is all right. But then I noticed that a particular campaign had a $300,000 lifetime budget set against it for 1 month. That was absolutely shocking. So then I went further from the campaign level. We went straight into the ad set to see what had actually happened. And the scammers were actually very, very clever. They had duplicated one of the campaigns, same name, so it wouldn't trigger anybody's notice. And then what had happened was that then they had inserted one of their own ads into that particular campaign for $300,000 over the course of a month, and we discovered it in 48 hours. So immediately my first response was I had to shut the campaign down, and we notified our client immediately. The next action that we took was we obviously notified Facebook immediately through their direct support. But what I did was we made sure we didn't delete the campaign, because we needed to make sure that we had a paper trail, because we knew that we would need the money reimbursed, because that was my initial instinct, that the client had been hacked, that security had been compromised. The next thing that I also did was that I suspended access to that client's Facebook ads manager and their page and all the related assets on my business manager from all of my team, in case that their security had been compromised. And then what we did is that over the next 24 hours, I continued to log back into the campaign while I was waiting for Facebook to respond. Late in the evening, I noticed that the campaign had been turned back on. That was when I knew immediately that the scammers and the hackers had basically breached control, the security of our client's business manager and not our business manager. But nevertheless, $20,000 had already been spent. They were really clever, as I said to you. Everything that they did was very sophisticated, down to the final ad. That was when we discovered that it was nothing related to what our client was selling. Our client is a service-based business, and they were trying to sell butt-enhancing underwear. Okay, and they were targeting the US market for it. So that's why they were able to set a $300,000 budget for 30 days, and then any traffic that they had been able to get and convert, then what would happen is that the unsuspecting victims would buy this butt-enhancing underwear and they would never receive their product. And then at the same time, $20,000 had been spent to actually acquire the customers, and then they would walk away with all of the money. So what we noticed was that every time I switched the campaign off over that weekend to cease the campaign, that within a few hours, the campaign was being switched back on. So I knew we were playing a game of cat and mouse with the scammers and the hackers. And meanwhile, I was constantly reporting to Facebook with the same job support number to escalate escalate the situation. And then finally, I think Facebook intervened and then they suspended the entire account. But prior to that as well, we also went and I spoke to our client and I said, please go into your ads manager. Let's have a look what's going on. And they were so sophisticated, as I said, they actually removed the ads manager from our client's business manager, so that they couldn't control it. But luckily on our end, we had already got full control of the client's ads manager, so we were able to circumvent and stem the hemorrhaging of the money. So then Facebook suspended the account, which was finally brilliant. But during the whole process, I also took multiple screenshots as proof in case anything happened. I really tried to do was to not delete the campaign because, as I said, proof is really critical, particularly if you're dealing with Facebook support. And if you're dealing with Facebook support, you're always dealing with somebody new, and the only thing that you can follow up with is the job number. So we've spoken to Facebook and they have been very supportive. They have advised us that the illegal funds that we used will be refunded. This happened probably about a month ago now, but we're still in the process of getting the refund, and every time we're contacting Facebook, it's moving along. So I guess what I would like to talk about now really quickly is about security and how to make sure you stay alert with your business manager and any of your other social media assets, particularly if they're connected to credit cards. So number one is it's really important and critical that you're receiving all your invoices and regularly checking your invoices. Then you should also know the rhythm of how frequent you get the invoices. Facebook bills in $600 cycles. For some others, $1,000. So you should also know every time I get an invoice, it means I've spent $600 to $1,000. And staying very cognizant with your budget is really critical as well, both for your agency or if you are doing it yourself. So that's how our client immediately picked up on it as well, because he noticed the amount of invoices coming through that added up very quickly. The second thing that we would also recommend is to constantly and regularly be updating your security on your social media logins, because I know for a fact that a few other colleagues of mine already had their security compromised. And always turn on your two-factor authentication, really, really critical for that one. And then I think also as well is being very just aware, even if you delegate or if you outsource your marketing and your campaigns, is to be constantly and regularly having communication with your agency or your account manager to make sure everything is on track, and to be reconciling your campaign spend at least once a week as well, so it doesn't happen. So that's it, guys. I wanted to share with you this incident of Facebook, of our client getting hacked, and how we noticed it, what we did, what the scammers did, and how we reported to Facebook, and how we are now in the process of reversing all of the damage that's been done, and most importantly, getting our client their money back, which is happening. If you have any questions or if you've experienced a similar incident, I would love to hear about you. Please put it in the comments, in the messages, or if you have any current problems that you don't know how to resolve, please send me a message. I'm very happy to assist you in any way possible. Thank you.